Hello, everyone, and welcome. We all know California has been having a hard time lately with the ongoing protests that have lasted well over a month. The first week was the most extreme, so let's take a look at how it led us to one of the biggest protests we've had in the U.S. for years. June 6th. Early morning ice raids in the Los Angeles Fashion District and Westlake led to immediate protests, with demonstrators gathering at sites where arrests occurred. Protesters clashed with law enforcement outside a clothing warehouse in the Metropolitan Detention Center, attempting to block law enforcement vehicles and vandalize federal buildings. LAPD declared an unlawful assembly by evening, deploying non-lethal rounds and ordering crowds to disperse as tensions escalated, as some protesters threw concrete and set fires. By midnight, multiple arrests had been made, and protests had spread to other neighborhoods like Compton, where a vehicle was set ablaze. June 7th. Protests grew larger and went out to notably Paramount, which is a southern Los Angeles county. Homeland Security confirmed they arrested 118 people the previous week during immigration operations, including those with drug and assault charges. June 8th. Trump federalized the California National Guard, ordering 2,000 troops to deploy to Los Angeles as a response. Protests continued in downtown Los Angeles, with demonstrators blocking the 101 freeway and clashing with police near the Metropolitan Detention Center again. The California Highway Patrol shut down the freeway, detained several protesters, and used smoke canisters to clear the area. An Australian journalist was struck by a rubber bullet during coverage of the situation. By nightfall, LAPD declared another unlawful assembly. June 9th. 700 U.S. Marines were deployed to protect federal agents and property. The state of California sued the Trump administration for what they call an illegal federalization of the National Guard. By late evening, police detained numerous protesters, declared a tactical alert, and began cleanup efforts as the area was cleared. June 10th. A curfew was put in place by Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. Despite this, protesters still gathered, leading to many overnight arrests. Federal agents started pursuing farm workers in Oxnard. June 11th. California Senator Alex Padilla was handcuffed and forcibly removed from Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem's news conference about immigration. He was not arrested. Governor Newsom had a short-lived victory when the court ruled the California National Guard was not under federal control, but that was later appealed to allow Trump to maintain control of it in the Los Angeles County. LAPD and other authorities say that hundreds of arrests had been made for crimes committed during the protests, including but not limited to assault of federal officers, vandalism, looting, and violations of the curfew. Since then, the nationwide No Kings protest has been getting lots of attention, with thousands of people getting involved nationwide. In some ways, the protests are justified. People have every right to speak out against going to war in the Middle East, against rising taxes, and for abortion rights. Those are all valid reasons to protest. But where it starts to lose me is the focus on immigration. And hear me out, I do support immigration. Immigrants contribute a lot to our society, and I'm not saying they're bad people, far from it. But things cross a line when people come into a new country illegally, wave their homeland flag while burning cars and vandalizing property. If you're that proud of the country you came from, maybe you should be living there instead. Yes, we shouldn't be sending away immigrants who work hard, follow the law, and contribute to their communities, even if they're here illegally. But we should be drawing the line at those who break the law, destroy property, and create chaos. It's not about where you're from. If a U.S. citizen looted, torched a car, or trashed a government building, it would be a huge deal. So why does it feel like we're turning a blind eye when it's done by someone who isn't a citizen? I saw a poll on Twitter the other day where people said they preferred illegal Mexicans over legal Indians. Now all of a sudden, it doesn't seem to be about immigration at all. It's about picking and choosing what race they want based off of who is more similar to them. That's not how it should work. The conversation shouldn't be illegal Mexicans versus legal Indians. It should be legals versus illegals. That's the line that actually matters. At the end of the day, legal immigration is what we should be aiming for. We need to have laws that protect us from the bad while still letting in the good. Otherwise, we're setting ourselves up on the brink of failure. It's unsure how much longer these protests will last and how the Trump administration will respond. But one thing's for sure, everyone wants this to be resolved peacefully.